We got Coach Brittney Ezell in the middle. To her right, we got Micah Sheetz. She's a Knoxville native, season high 15 tonight. And then on her left, Carley at 11.
I guess first off, Brittney, you've got to be really pleased. I know you're not into moral victories, but how your team competed tonight was just.
Yeah, I told them in the locker room right after the game how proud I was of them. I think they're actually starting to find themselves and believe me when I tell them they have a chance to be pretty good. With our record, it's easy to be discouraged. It's easy to cave in. It's easy to roll your eyes and think I'm crazy. Now, they might do that behind my back, but in front of me, they're still smiling and acting like they get it. But playing the Lady Vols is an opportunity that every little girl that grew up in this area wanted. And it's my job to provide that. And then it's their job to go out and play with that kind of energy and that kind of effort, because that's something they'll hold on to the rest of their life. And they did such a great job. If we hit a little bit more free throws, if we had a little better transition defense, I'm thrilled with it. I'm not into moral victories, but I am the biggest cheerleader our team has, and they need to know that I'm always in their corner, and tonight they really got me going in their corner.
I know too, earlier in the week we talked about the Lady Vols, and you said you were more concerned with Mimi Jackson even than the post players, and I guess for good reason.
Yeah, Mimi Jackson is from Middle Tennessee, and she will not be getting a Christmas card from me. She shot the ball extremely well. She's been playing with a lot of confidence, and I know Holly really likes that about her. Her game against Texas was something to behold. It was fun to watch. So as a coach in the state, you pull for in-state kids, so I'm happy for her. I just wish she'd have sat on the bench tonight. I'd have been just as happy if she'd have sat over there. It would have been fine. But they've got talent, they've got length, they've got kids that can shoot it, they have a dynamic point guard. We will always pay attention to the teams that we play, and we'll be paying attention to them. And as hard as it is as an Alabama graduate to say, I'll be pulling for the Lady Vols. Yes.
Micah, just being able to come home to Knoxville and then have this kind of game, just talk about your experience out there tonight.
It was really fun. You know, like Coach said, it's every girl's dream around here to play against the Lady Vols, and it was fun to be out there. Me and my teammates were talking. We really didn't, I'm just so proud of it. It really didn't feel like we lost. Like, we played really well, probably the best we played in a couple games, and we're just really proud of that.
Either player or Brittney, y'all had the lead down to 8 about midway through the third quarter, and I think you missed about 10 shots in a row. Was it a case of running out of gas a little bit, or what caused that little drought there late in the third after you got back to single digits?
You want to answer that? Oh, appreciate that. So much for accountability. I thought give them a little bit of credit defensively. They started locking up a little bit more. They're making it very difficult for Carley to get open looks. Micah had a couple open looks. Erica never really could get going. We came out a little stagnant in the third quarter, and like you said, I thought we missed 9 shots in a row. If it was 10, you know, that's fine. Thanks for rubbing it in. No, it's totally fine. But give them some credit. Defensively, they got really tough there in the third quarter, and we kind of seemed shell-shocked for a minute. I even called timeout with one of their players on the free throw line just to get them regrouped. But, you know, I think that was the big turning point of the game, that and our inability to stop them on fast break. They went 13 points to our 0, and then our free throw shooting didn't help us climb back into it. But it was that little stretch in the third quarter. I mean, you look at it, first quarter we lose 22-14, second quarter 16-14, 24-16 in the third, then 18-17 in the fourth. We competed and we were right there. But it was that little run and our inability to stop their transition that caused a lot of problems.
Brittney, could you talk about how you prepared for that pressure? Because it didn't look like it really flustered you guys that much. You only had, you had 15 turnovers, but they only had 6 steals and such. Well, how did you feel like you played against that pressure?
That's a credit to all of our kids. They really listened. Coach Kelly Mathis had the scout for today, and I thought she did a phenomenal job of talking to our kids about their pressure. But it's hard to prepare for their length. Some of the things they were able to do caused us problems, but Kaya Upton being a freshman point guard and handling the pressure the way that she did shows a tremendous amount of growth. I think all of them really bought into our game plan for breaking their press, and we worked really hard on it in practice. But that's a credit to the kids. I can give you the best scheme in the world. It's up to the kids to go do it, and they did a great job of really embracing that and taking really good care of the basketball. I think 15 turnovers may be season low for us, if not second to it. I mean, we only had 8 at the half, so really, really proud of that effort, and that's all the kids,
Carley, y'all's schedule has been brutal. What is the benefit of that in terms of going forward now as you get ready to think about conference play?
It's just preparing us for conference. We're just taking all these good teams and seeing how we play and how our growth within all these games before conference is just preparing us for the conference, just making us better.
They've bought into that. They bought into it. You know, I sat in front of you guys last year and said the same thing. We're not going to start backing down off our schedule. You want to be good, play the good teams. I mean, we're picked preseason number 1 in our conference, and I'm sure a lot of people are looking at our record and going, how in the world? Well, we'll show you. Come watch us in January, and we're okay with that.
Coach, last season it was Mercedes and Jamie. I mean, that's who you game plan for. What are you seeing of Tennessee on film now, and just how do they present differently this season?
Well, Westbrook is a different, she's just a difference maker. She can do so many things. She's phenomenal to watch. When you add Mimi being able to score from the perimeter with some consistency now, it used to be streaky, it used to be maybe. She's actually bought into a little bit more of defense, which I'm sure Holly is happy about. Tennessee's size is really something to behold, and you know Davis is a very special young player as well. I could probably go up and down this list. I can't pronounce number 11's last name, or brag on her too. There you go. But I like everybody, so I mean, it's hard to say who you prep for in this. You know, we prepped for Mimi shooting the ball. We tried to zone them to cover up from our size deficiency, but we were really concerned about Westbrook and we were concerned about Davis because they're so versatile and could have played, you know, 3 positions, and they see the floor so well. I thought they were very unselfish tonight. They had 20 assists on 27 made baskets, and that speaks volumes about them, who they are as people, and what Holly's doing and what her staff is doing with that culture. They're very unselfish, and it was tough to prep for, but lots of credit to Holly and her staff for that.
Any more questions? Coach, you got any final statements?
Thank you guys. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you.